Well, hello there. In this video, I'm going to attempt to bring AngularJS back to life. You'll remember that in a previous video, we made a fantastic item page with this Jimi Hendrix strat, and we had Angular and thumbnails and everything, and it was a cool vibe. Of course, when we switched over to jQuery Mobile, we lost all of that stuff. So the vibe is, I'm now going to try and bring it all back to life, okay? So I'm just going to open this thing in a new tab. It probably won't load. Oh, it does load, right? Excellent. So that's our normal website. It works just fine, okay? But now I'm going to switch this over to jQuery Mobile. So let me just see. That would be store items. Actually, let me just have a quick look at site settings here. Right, okay, so on site settings, I'm setting is mobile to true. Can you see that? That's the vibe. So if we go to store items view, now that's the view items page here, okay? And right underneath where it says load module site settings, I'm going to say is mobile, is this site settings is mobile. Okay, so now the vibe is I'm going to go right down, probably just before the templates load actually, and I'm going to do a little if statement. Let me bring this up so you can see it, see what's happening. And I'm going to say if is mobile is equivalent to false. Okay, if it's equivalent to false, then I'm going to say template equals, and that would be the normal public bootstrap template. However, if we are on mobile mode, then the template is going to equal public JQM, okay? However, we're not finished there, because if that's the case, then I'm also going to say now let me just see. Yeah, we've got a variable called data view file, and there's potentially a couple of them, the gallery version, the normal version, and all of that stuff. So in any event, I'm also going to say data view file also equals underscore JQM. Do you see what I'm saying there? So if we happen to be on public jQuery mobile, then the view file is either going to be view underscore JQM or view gallery version underscore JQM. Okay, so if we save that and hit refresh, now we know that this is going to break the page, okay? So just relax, everything's cool. We are not expecting this to work, but let's just see the lay of the land, right? Okay, right. Oh, okay, right, okay. So where we have this template loading up, that was too good. We need to obviously add our template variable in here. Okay, so here we go again. Okay, excellent. So you can see that it's trying to load up a file called viewGalleryVersionJQM.php. I'm now going to go into the store items module, and I'm going to create that view file. So here we go, new file, and it's viewGalleryVersionJQM.php, and I'm going to save that. Okay, so if we hit save, that is excellent. Now this view file here, if we have a look at it, you can see that it has a vibe use Featherlight is true, and it also has a vibe use AngularJS is true. Okay, now on public bootstrap, if I just open public bootstrap up here, you may remember that we had a vibe if use AngularJS is true, then it adds some stuff onto the top HTML tag. Okay, I'm going to do the same with public JQM, which I'm opening up now, and I'm now pasting in that very same if statement, and it should be cool. Next, I'm going to go back to public bootstrap, and you can see that there was another if statement here, and it came in right at the end of the head. So I'm going to chuck that in. And this if statement says if set use AngularJS, then load up the external AngularJS file, okay, from angularjs.org. So that's kind of good. Okay, so there's nothing else on this public jQuery mobile site that needs to bother us. We can now close this and relax, and we can now close this and relax as well. Now we have a site, a file called viewGalleryVersion.php. Okay, it's inside store items views. It's called viewGalleryVersion.php. Now, if I copy all of this stuff and paste it into viewGalleryVersion jQuery mobile, I'm telling you, it's not going to work, and it's not even going to come close. Wait and I'll show you. This is going to be very disappointing, right? Okay, so as you can see, it really is all over the place. However, the good news is that if we click on pictures, can you see how this is changing? Okay, so that's kind of nice, right? So the thing is reading Angular. We have successfully done that. The challenge we've got is that the layout's all over the place, and that's not cool, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of this actually bit by bit, and I'm going to just try and make it look kind of nice, okay? Okay, so to get this page looking good, I'm going to take a trip to demos.jquerymobile.com. I'm going to click on grids, and then I'm going to click on grids again. Now when you get here, you'll see that we have a very similar vibe to the Bootstrap website. Okay, it's a grid system. Find something you like, view the source code, you know the idea. Okay, so have a look around and pick something. We're going to be using a grid. I haven't decided whether it's going to be above the main picture or below it. I haven't made that decision, but the idea is I'm going to have this grid with thumbnails, and people can press on those and it will change the picture. Okay, so find one that you like. As for me, I'm going to go for the 5-column one. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So if we view the page source and do a search for 5-column, here is where it lives. Okay, so now we're going to open up. Now let me just get my act together. I closed some windows there for a second. Right, I'm going to open up this View Gallery jQuery mobile thing, and I'm going to comment out the breadcrumbs. I do not want breadcrumbs interfering with this process. I'm also going to comment out this 25 or so lines of HTML code here, so that we've got a nice fresh palette. Okay, so I'm keeping in the controller, but all of the other HTML is getting commented out. Okay, and now I'm going to just paste in the code for the nice grid, and there we go. Okay, and I suppose I can take this out. So if we save that and refresh this page, you'll see that the grid system is in full formation. However, I'm not too into this background color here, so let's take that out. Okay, and it turns out, I had a look around the CSS, it turns out that this UI bar A is the thing that's making it go black, and it's also actually changing the font and stuff. It's just doing some things that are kind of uncool. So I'm going to take that out like so. I'm going to hit save, and that is a lot more like it. That's a pretty good vibe. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Now, for the purposes of clarification, I'm going to temporarily, only for the moment, I'm going to add a little style in for UI bar, and I'm just going to say border 1 pix red solid, just so that you can see what's happening. Okay, so if we do that and hit save and refresh, no surprises. Okay, now if this was a normal Bootstrap page that we were dealing with, let me tidy this up a second. Okay, if this was a normal Bootstrap page, we would go into PHP, and I'll do another row to demonstrate this. we'd go into PHP, we'd do some kind of loop, you know, let's say something like this, and then for each and every thumbnail we would echo out one of these vibes here, and that's what we would do. Okay, we've done this before, pretty straightforward. Okay, the challenge is if we do that with jQuery mobile, then what we end up with is this. Okay, so instead of having a second row that looks all kind of nice, you can see that each of those grid boxes are stacking, and that's not a cool vibe. Now, if we look at the HTML code here, it soon becomes clear why that's the case. You can see for the grid that works that we've got block A, block B, block C, and so on. But in our example, the one below, we are just repeating block A over and over and over again. And that's what's causing this miserable stacking problem here. Okay, so to fix that, it's actually pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is add a little counter here. So I'm going to say count equals 0, and as we loop through, I'm going to add 1 onto the count. Okay, that's the vibe. Going to add 1 onto the count. Now I'm going to say here box count, and I'm going to add that count in just so that you can really see what's happening. Okay, so if we save and refresh, it says box count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, pretty straightforward. Yes, thank you very much indeed. So now I'm going to do a little switch statement. Okay, I'm going to say switch count, and if the count happens to be 1, then I'm going to say block value equals A, and if the count happens to be 2, I'm going to say block value is B. If it's 3, the block value is C. 4, it's going to have a block value of D, and 5 is going to have a block value of E. Okay, and I'm going to take out this default thing, and then right at the top of this count thing, I'm going to say if count is greater than 5, then I'm going to set the count back to 1. So the count will never be greater than 5, right? So then all we have to do is head right in here like this and chuck in this block value. And if we do that and save and refresh, you'll find that it all works fantastically. Okay, and as a matter of fact, even if we have like say 7 items for example, then everything is still cool. Okay, we view the source code and everything is just fine. You can see we've got our closing div tags and all of that. It's all pretty cool. Okay, so that's a kind of general framework put together. Well, I say frame, I don't mean a PHP framework. I just mean a kind of I'm trying to avoid the word scaffolding. You know what I'm saying here, okay? That's something that we can work with. It shall be a super cool vibe. So to make this all happen, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna add in this div class row as ng controller stuff, right? So let's bring that back to life, probably up here somewhere, and we'll close that controller vibe somewhere like that. Now, as you know, we are very obsessed with neatness these days, so we'll tab in, and that looks fantastic. Excellent, excellent. And now I'm going to change this for loop thing, and it's going to say for each gallery picks as thumbnail. Okay, so let's do that. So it's going to say for each gallery picks as thumbnail. That's excellent. And the vibe is that we have this thumbnail thing going on here, and I'm gonna let me just see where we've got this thing that says box count and all of that nonsense. I'm going to take that out like so, and I'm just spreading it over a couple of lines just to make things a bit more tidy, you know, and then I'm just going to say echo, and that's what we're going to have, folks. Okay, that's what we're going to. Now actually, let me just quickly make sure this is, do you know what, I'm going to go out of PHP because that's not going to work. Okay, we'll go out of PHP just for a moment, and we'll go back into PHP. Okay, now this business of IMG responsive, I don't think that works on jQuery mobile, but what a lot of jQuery mobile developers do like to do is they'll say width equals 100%, and that means that the thumbnail will be 100% of the width of the containing div. Does that make sense? I do hope so. So let me just quickly have a look. Is that good? We've got the class 2 closing divs. Yep, that's cool. Okay, so if we save and refresh, well, it's doing something. I think the picture is here, but it's just not displaying. Okay, so that's the challenge. But remember, the actual thing that we would be viewing this on would be a mobile device. So if we do inspect, okay, and click on our mobile icon, that is more like the kind of experience that we're going to have here. Okay, that's going to be the vibe. So it's really not too bad. If we take out this top row here, okay, going to save that and refresh, bring that up. Okay, so that's kind of not too bad. We can probably change the height, I would say. So instead of 60 pixels, let's go down to 40 pixels. That's pretty good. Yep, that's pretty good. I wonder if we can even go down to 30. Let's just see. Now that is not too bad. Okay, so now I'm going to take out this red border thing, save and refresh. You can see that we've got some nice thumbnails, and you know something? I actually think that maybe the border's not a bad idea. I'll try 1pix silver solid. Let's just see, save and refresh. Is it happening? Hello? Oh, silver. Yeah, that's actually okay. I think that's quite good, you know. So that is pretty good. Yes, thank you very much indeed. I am happy, and I hope you're happy too. So now all we have to do is add in a div. Now let me just get this right. That's our grid. That's our grid. Okay, so we add in a div now that's going to contain the big picture. Now let me just have a couple of seconds to look at something here. Okay, so for the picture, I'm just going to do an old-fashioned out of the whatever, an old-fashioned margin top 12 pixels, a kind of homemade div. That's what I'm trying to say here. And this is where the big picture is going to live. Okay, so if we have a look at the main source code here, you'll see that we've got this vibe here going on with the default pic. So I'm going to chuck this in like that. I'll take out this IMG responsive thing, and we'll replace it with width of 100%. Okay, so here we go, save and refresh. Okay, oops, I never meant that. Give me a second. Give me a second. So have a look at this, and if we click on the different images, you'll see that it all changes. And I have to say, folks, I think that is looking pretty good. Okay, so congratulations, we have just brought Angular back to life on this page, and I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, in the next video we'll finish off this page, we'll add in the title and all of that. We'll really get it going. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.